Hello friends, I am here to explain my project, the email voice app. Before we begin, first we must understand what this app is doing or what are its workings. It is a voice app which takes in voice input that the user speaks and stores the spoken text as email draft. This is the prototype of voice flow. The very first block is the start block. Then next is the speak block. We will make the app to speak so that the user understands that the app is active. This is what the app will speak. Moving on, we have the capture block. This is used to capture the user's input. We take the input type as custom and we capture the input to a variable named as text. This is the main block. It is the integration block. This block is connecting the voice flow to Integromate. This block takes the this text variable and passes it on to the Integromate via this integrations block. This is the URL that we write. This is generated by going into the Integromat site. When we test this URL, we get our required response in this form and we store that response in a variable named as response. Then we move on. This is what we give to Integromat, the text that we captured in the variable named text. And finally, this is what the app will speak in the end. Let us not focus on this for now and move on to the Integromat. This is how the Integromat looks like. This is the very first module, webhooks. It takes the text variable that we had passed on and processes it. And this is also the very first block of most of the Integromat scenarios. This is the most essential module in this app building, as this is the one which creates draft using the text variable which consists of the user input. So this is the email ID in which the draft will be created, and this is the email ID to which the draft would be uh, tentatively written in the two, uh, like it would be set uh, not permanently but as a draft. The folder we have selected as draft so that before sending the user can check if the email is right and then the user can by themselves send the email. This is the content type we have kept as plain text. There are only two options, so we keep it as plain text. And this is the text variable which we get from voice flow. This text variable is given to this email module via the webhooks. The webhook is very important in linking voice flow to Integromat. Then this is the array aggregator. It takes the text variable received by webhook in an array. Target structure type we usually keep as custom and we move on. And this is the very final module, webhooks response. This is used to give something in return to voice flow. The name itself suggests response, means it is responding to voice flow's request. The array is given as response to voice flow. This is the same array which we get from the array aggregator. The text that we speak. We are generating this text back to voice flow so that the user knows what has been received by the app. We we are using this array aggregator because we are using the response module, and usually the response module works very properly if we connect the array aggregator to its what we can say the to its preceding. So it's always better to first put an array aggregator and then put the webhook response so that the understanding is clear. So let us now go back to voice flow. So as you saw in the last module, webhook response, it's returning the text the user spoke. That text is received over here as response. And then in the final block, we make the app speak. Here's what we received from you and the response that is generated by webhook response. Now let us test the app to understand its working. We'll upload this to Google Action Simulator and test it over there. You can also test it locally, but I've already uploaded it, so it's better if we go and see over there. Click over here. Make sure that this Integromate is on. This is the Action Simulator. Let's click on Talk to Email because the app's name is Email app. We will speak some random text. So let us speak anything. Rough draft. Okay, so it says that my message has been saved as draft and my message is here. Will speak to you later. Will speak to you later. Speak anything. Okay, now let us check if this is saved as draft in my email. So I'll open my email now. So this is my email and the draft, and here it is. So you see, this is the email ID I had kept. This is your choice. If you don't want to keep, you may not keep. As it is not going to make any difference because it is just a draft. So you can make the changes later on as well. Nothing is permanent, it is temporary. And this is a draft and it is exactly taken the text which I spoke. So I hope you understood how this works and you can create an app for yourself as well. Thank you.